Peace and blessings. This is Maestro Divine, Black Light, Phenomenal, Cyberspace Ministry, the Aboriginal Universal Supreme Conscious Council of the Elders. Once again, coming to you in the woods, by the lakes, across from the D, put it like that, in the 313. We're getting ready to light this candle. We want those brothers, my subscribers, to light your candle and light an incense. I want to say this to the brothers in the nation of Islam and all those that's in the mosque in the nation. The messenger said, don't never leave the temple. You see, imperfection lift the brother up, I left the mosque, but I never left the temple. I still call it the temple. I'm right here in temple number 1. Master Farad walked the streets here first. I'm a student of Master Farad, a student of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and all those that are students of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I am students of yours also. The temple is just a brick and mortar building. But the real temple is right here. Never left that. I'm still at temple number 1. I'm still in the lost foundation of Islam. And I may not look like the rest of you look. I don't have that FOI cut. I don't play the bow tie, but I do wear the flag on my head. And I've been clean for maybe about 40 years. And I keep washing my soul as much as I can. Wash the dirt off so I can let the light shine through my pores. We talking about Yaqub, and I named in my last video, the name was Crusher is the name of the tune, and the Maestro was in the house. And if you've seen my last video, you know what I'm talking about. And I'm putting together an orchestra. But first, I gotta give each everybody their part. All the ones who want to join my orchestra. It's gonna be a big orchestra. You're gonna have every instrument there is. And it's gonna be a melody that lingers on and on forever. I'm a musician, and I'm going to use a whole lot of musician jargon and some street jargon or street vernacular. And you know, musicians always talk hip, and I'm not trying to please nobody but myself and my people. I don't care about pleasing Caucasian, and I don't care about being politically correct, and I don't care if you don't like how I say it and what I say. You know, that's why I don't have no back and forth. I know I got critics, some good, some bad, but I'm not worried about how many subscribers I get. I'm a brother that don't worry about money. See, let me tell you about that money. The money that we using here in the United States. They call it fiat currency. And that's Master's new whip. Yeah, he weaponized that currency and used that as a whip to whip you back in your place. And he uses this all over the planet Earth. He uses that money to make you subordinate to him. But it's all an illusion. You know, it's all an illusion. So I named my last video, the name of the tune is The Crusher, because we're going to crush it. Crush that illusion. See, his time been up a long time ago, and the only thing that's keeping him around is that most of y'all falling for the illusion. And most of the time it's our women, you know, because she the biggest consumer in the world, the black woman is. Because she want to be up there with the white woman. She want to live in a lap of luxury. She want to be put on a pedestal. She want to be dripping in diamonds and gold and bling and all those kind of things. She want to keep, if the neighbor next door is a white woman, you can better believe she gonna start talking white, thinking white. She want to move out the ghetto into where she think the suburbs or wherever the Caucasian is, because they water supposed to be colder, you know, homes better schools, you know. And God bless me, or the universe, because when you say God, you know, you're thinking about a man in the sky. So let's say the universe. We're talking about Allah anyway, the all in all. And he let me see, he opened my eyes up. You see, because I was blessed when my mother was carrying me. She was with MGT. And her brother pulled her in. And he pulled her mother in and her sister. I had two uncles that were gangsters. They hated the Nation of Islam because that's how they made their money. They patterned their lifestyle after the mafia, you know. And they ruled Hastings Street, you know. Their crew ruled Hastings Street back in those days. And They were all about that money. My mother's father was a con man. He wasn't a gangster, but he was just a con man, a grifter, and a pimp. And her brother, her youngest brother, was a FOI, but he was taught by my mother's father to be a con man. So he had some of that in him. He taught him how to load dice and everything. And but when they was in St. Louis doing that, but when he got up here to Detroit, some kind of way, I know he ran with Malcolm, but I don't know how he got into the nation. I gotta ask my mother. That one day we're gonna do a video. I'm gonna be asking my mother questions, because she's 90 years old, and so to make a long story short, she was going to the nation or listening to her brother, spreading the word while I was in her stomach, and she stayed in for. I got her book, her MGT book over here. I'm gonna show it to you on the next video. And she stayed in up until I was about 7, and it was a big falling out she had with her brother and some of the brothers that was in the nation. So we're not gonna get into that one right now, but I was saturated with the word of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Master Farad Muhammad, as a young one. But when my mother got out, she went right back to the devil's world, and I'm only 7, and I followed her because I had to. But so I lost that mind that I was in, and got the street mind. And then one day it just hit me all of a sudden, bam. I was dreaming and I got a fever. And my wife, I started just talking, never did stop talking. But it wasn't me. And so the next day, I flushed. I had I don't know, it was like maybe about $20 or $30 worth of a sack of weed, I flushed it down the toilet. I gave up smoking a long time ago, cigarettes. And then I started reading all my books. I always had a message to the Blackman in the house. I always had a Quran. My uncle, he made sure of that. So I was living on Kirby, and the temple, one of the temples was on, I believe my mother said it was on Farnsworth or Frederick, on St. Antoine.